They called it the foulest crime of the age. Members, hush the hall. The ledger is open tonight to a file so notorious it shook all London. It is not ghost nor superstition, but a crime so cold it became horror itself. A house in Bermondsey, a pit dug beneath the kitchen flagstones, and a corpse betrayed by quicklime. This is the Bermondsey Horror, 1849. The smell rose before the crime was known. In August that year, neighbours noticed a stench drifting from 3 Minver Place. The house belonged to Frederick and Maria Manning, a couple of uneasy temperament. Maria was striking, Swiss-born, sharp of wit and temper. Frederick, once a railway guard, was sullen and fond of drink. They kept lodgings, and they kept secrets. Every horror begins with a promise. Among Maria's acquaintances was Patrick O'Connor, a customs officer and money-lender. He was wealthy, vain, fond of showing his gold watch. Gossip whispered he was more than a friend to Maria, perhaps even her future husband despite her marriage. On the night of August 8th, O'Connor dined with the Mannings. He never walked out alive. He thought it was supper. It was his execution. As O'Connor sat at table, Maria rose quietly, slipped behind him, and fired a pistol into his skull. He collapsed across the cloth, blood spreading dark and fast. Frederick dragged the body into the kitchen, where a pit had already been dug beneath the stones. Into it they laid him. You can bury a man, but not his smell. 2 days later, suspicion spread. O'Connor was missing, yet Maria was seen pawning his valuables, his shares, his fine clothes. Neighbours, alarmed by the odour, summoned police. The pit was opened. Inside lay Patrick O'Connor, his face half burnt by lime, his gold watch still in his pocket. The press named it instantly the Bermondsey Horror. Killers rarely flee together. Fear divides them first. Maria took O'Connor's valuables and fled to Edinburgh, draped in black silk, claiming inheritance. Frederick ran to Jersey, drunken and careless. Both were captured within a fortnight. When Maria was brought to Newgate, she spat, "I will not hang for him. He is the murderer." London loves a spectacle, and a monster in black silk was perfect theatre. At the Old Bailey, crowds pressed against the walls. Newspapers reported every word. Maria sat in morning dress, proud and defiant, her accent cutting through the chamber. Frederick sat broken, sallow. The evidence was damning. Both had plotted, both had profited. The jury found them guilty. Sentence, death. 30,000 came to watch them swing. On November 13th, 1849, the Mannings mounted the scaffold at Horsemonger Lane Gaol. Rooftops, windows, lamp posts were crowded. Charles Dickens himself watched, later calling it a cruel and demoralizing scene. Maria wore black silk. Frederick stumbled. At the stroke of 8, the trap fell. Husband and wife swung together. Some crimes refused to die, even after the rope. The Bermondsey Horror lingered in penny dreadfuls and whispered tales. Londoners crossed themselves passing Minver Place. The gallows became a place of pilgrimage, and in the club's ledger one note remains: "Quicklime cannot dissolve the truth. Betrayal burns hotter than lime. A pit dug in life is a pit one lies in after. If you smell quicklime in the night, it may not be the ground that burns. Members, we close the file. if you hear silk rustle when no one walks, if you dream of flagstones lifting by themselves,